Hey guys, Darthlord1997 here again, coming to you guys with another figure review. This time it'll be for the Y-MSF Godzilla 1965 from Godzilla vs. Monster Zero and Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster. Now, before we begin this review, I want to take a minute to explain something here. If you don't want to hear this, just skip ahead and get straight to the review. But the Darthlord 1997 golden rule of reviewing figures is do not review a figure that has more than 5 reviews of it already on YouTube, because then it would just be redundant since there are plenty alternatives. Now, there are more than 5 reviews of this figure on YouTube, so why am I making this rare exception? Well, this review is going to be dedicated to one of my friends here on YouTube, 93 Monster Mike. He's another Godzilla YouTuber who makes Lego Kaiju and toy reviews from now and then. And he's really good at Lego Kaiju. You should really check out his videos. But the reason this video is dedicated to him is he's mentioned in his videos his very first Godzilla movie he ever saw as a child was Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster. And because of that, he has a soft spot for this incarnation of Godzilla, because it was the one he was introduced to. So as I finally have a figure of it, and doing a review, I'm going to dedicate this review a little to him. I hope you like it, pal. Alright, so let's get to the sculpt. The sculpt on this figure is very, very nice. The head looks amazing, perfectly accurate to what you saw in Monster Zero. And the tail's a little stubby, but it's okay. It's not that bad. The spines are very nicely sculpted. The hands, however, I do have to give a little complaint. They're all like squished in together like that instead of more open out like your typical Bandai figure. Well, it's not that bad. I mean, it is a little noticeable, but from a distance it doesn't look that bad. The teeth are not individually sculpted, but they do look very nice. Now, something I will say about the sculpt. You may notice there are these dents in the figure. Like there, here, and one right here. I don't know if that was intentional or not, or if the previous owner of this particular figure did that. If anything, it does help with the illusion of a man in a rubber suit, but I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it's okay. I'll still take the figure. Now let's do a comparison with the other Y-MSF Godzilla I have. 1964 Godzilla. Just doing this to show my 2 Y-MSF Godzillas, which Y-MSF made a total of 4 Godzillas. Godzilla 62, Godzilla 64, 65, and 67. So I already have half the Godzillas that Y-MSF made. You may notice this one's shorter, but that's just because he's hunched over. If you were to stand him straight up, he'd be about the same height. Now, something I should mention in this little category here. The spines are translucent blue. The reason for that is because Y-MSF decided to make some special editions of their figures, and they made a translucent blue spine Godzilla 65. This is actually 1 out of 50 in existence. There are only 50 of the translucent edition spines ever. When I ordered it online, I was going to paint these to make it more movie accurate, but I decided not to because 1, this is 1 out of 50, and 2, it gives a nice little atomic breath charging effect. Matter of fact, to demonstrate, I'm going to take out my flashlight here on my phone to give you an idea of the atomic breath charge, how cool that looks. Alright, now let's go on to detail. Detail of this figure is very, very nice. I absolutely love it. Unlike the Memorial Box figure, which has these individual little ovals, this one looks more of like tree bark. Gives it a very good animalistic look. Just look at that face. It's so detailed and so accurately sculpted. It just looks amazing. Detail is definitely this figure's highlight. Alright, let's go on to paint next. Paint is, as I mentioned before, the spines are translucent blue. The rest of the figure is a more charcoal black or a lighter charcoal, maybe like charcoal gray or so, but it's not straight black, which is nice. I wouldn't have liked it like that. The eyes look phenomenal. I love these eyes. They look so perfect. Cookie. And the teeth are good too. The inside of the mouth is painted. One thing you probably will notice is he does have these sand-covered splotches or spots on these. I don't know what the purpose of that was. I mean, it's okay. You know, I still love this figure, but these seem kind of odd. I don't remember seeing these in the film that I saw this suit in. Alright, now for articulation. He has 360-degree arms. The legs can go 360, but I wouldn't recommend doing it because these are Y-MSF figures. Their seams can pop right out if you try to do a 360 turn. And the tail does a 360 turn. If you can't, so you actually can, to a degree, recreate the famous dance that this Godzilla is famous for. Now let's go on to sizing. Let's compare him to another incarnation of Godzilla most people have. The Bandai 68 Godzilla. As you can see, he's just a hair taller, so give you an idea of how big this is. Now let's compare him to some other monsters that he's fought along and fought against. I don't have the Showa Rodan, but I do have the Heisei Rodan. Now, if Godzilla here were Heisei size, this would be accurate because Rodan's smaller, but Showa Rodan's supposed to be about the same size as Godzilla because Showa Rodan stands more upright as the Heisei Rodan's more of a flyer. So, this is sort of more or less accurate. And now let's compare him to the only King Ghidorah I have, the GMK King Ghidorah. Now, again, this isn't real. If this was GMK scaling, this would be accurate, but Showa King Ghidorah is really big. Godzilla is supposed to only go up to the necks. But, yeah. I don't have my Lego Ibera that I made previously to compare him with. That thing's long gone. I plan to get the Y-MSF Ibera someday, but as of now, I don't have it. And so that is it for this review. Detail is great, sculpt is good, paint's decent, articulation is average for a Godzilla figure, and sizing is really well. So this figure gets an easy thumbs up, highly recommended. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.